Hello, I'm going to draw a truck today. So, I have my paper here, but I have it turned sideways, right? It's because trucks tend to go longer than they go tall. So I'm going to bust out my marker here, and I'm going to start with my headlights. I drew a car before, and I said that the headlights are kind of like the eyes of your car. Well, the same thing is true about trucks. Trucks also have this kind of big screen right here in between the eyes, which I guess sucks in air and cools off the engine. So it's kind of like its nose, right? It's kind of like the truck's nose. And then down here, trucks generally have this big fender or bumper thing down here, and that kind of looks like its mouth, doesn't it? It almost looks like a robot face. Alright, so from here I'll just go up, and I'm gonna go backwards a little bit to give it kind of like a hood. So this is like the front end. If I wanted to open up my hood and look at my engine, that's what I would do. Do it right there. So from here I can go up again. And you'll notice this line that I drew right here, this line that I drew right here, and this line that I drew right here, they're all parallel. They're all kind of going the same direction. And they're all kind of the same size. That's also going to be true about the bumper. This line here for the hood, and then this line here at the top of the windscreen. They're all going to kind of be parallel. Don't have to be exactly the same, but it helps. So I'm going to draw another one of these lines now. Right here. And right here. And now I'll draw another one of these lines right here. See how you create that kind of truck shape by using these parallel lines? Anyway, all right, from here I'm going to take this line, put it down here, go back a little bit. Now this will be where I put my first wheel. Trucks have a lot of wheels. So I'm going to kind of bury that in there. That'll be my truck's front wheel. Lots of cool stuff happening inside those wheels. Then we'll go back a little bit more, and just beyond the cab, where the driver sits, there's some more wheels. There we go. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw straight up and give this truck some exhaust pipes. All right. Now, that's kind of like the front end of my truck. Now what we can do is draw in the big thing that it carries, right? So I was just drawing straight up here for those exhaust pipes. I'll draw straight up from here for the back end, the load that it's carrying. And I'll take this line again and kind of draw it over here. And that'll be the back of my truck. And so let's just take this on in this direction. We can go as far as we want. It doesn't have to be, you know, really, really, really long truck. There we go. And of course you need a couple more wheels back here, don't you? I think they call these trucks 18-wheelers. And sometimes they have wheels hidden behind other wheels, don't they? Some like extra wheels in there. All right. So there's my basic truck shape. Now I'll go back with my skinny line, my skinny pen. I'm going to add some details here. First one I want to add is right here. This in the screen where the truck is sucking in oxygen. I like to draw this pattern. It's like you go across a whole bunch of times, just kind of following the way the truck is facing. And now back here, I'm just going to go one more small line, and that creates this illusion like there's pieces of metal there directing the flow of air. It's such an easy little thing to do, and I think it just does so much to kind of capture that part of a truck or that part of a car. Alright, so headlights, I'll just put a little highlight there. I like that because it kind of makes it look like eyeballs. Anyway, let's go up here now, and I'll put in my windscreen. I'll put in my windshield. A couple lines right there. And if you really want, you can draw the inside of the truck. Dashboard, steering wheel, maybe a seat. Over here, before I draw this window, trucks have really big mirrors right here and right here. It's because they need to see all around. They're big vehicles. So this is kind of like the big ears of my truck. And then I'll draw in this window here, and that can be the other side of the truck. You want to put like a little door handle there or something, or lots of them have little logos here. So I'll put a little, I don't know what that is, but there you go. That's the logo of my truck. There's lots of fun stuff you can add to trucks. They have steps and gas tanks and chains and all that stuff. Anyway, over here, I think I'm just going to shade this in a little bit. Help create the illusion that these are tires, that they're rounded. Just by shading that a little bit, it really kind of helps, because you know what? Tires are not white. I think they used to be at one point. The last thing I think I would add here is kind of this wheel looks like it's falling off a little bit, so what I might do is just kind of draw a line across here, like an axle, holding my truck wheel on. I don't know if that really does the trick, but yeah, well, I think I can fix it if I add a little shadow. So I'm going to go back to my thick marker here, and just kind of following this line right here. I'm going to sweep back and forth, kind of keeping that same angle on that line. I think if I do that, I can scrub in some shadow underneath my truck. Oh, might get a little tough here with this little thing I drew. That's alright, just following the same kind of angle. Back here, I'm going to shade in all this. Trying to keep that same angle going. I think the reason this wheel looks like it's falling off a little bit is because I stopped following that same angle. There you go. That helps a little bit. That helps to steady it a little bit. Alright, so there's my truck. I'm having pen cap difficulties. There we go. What you could do here, do some straight up and down lines to kind of give it that truck trailer texture. You notice that they're all in the same direction, but some of them are barely lines, right? But that helps kind of give it that texture. And then you can, put another logo on here. Maybe I'll make this thing again, but bigger. Just kind of picking my pen up and down every now and then. I don't know what that stuff is. That's like words, I guess, or something. I don't know. But there's my truck. Ooh, one last thing. My truck is moving. All right. Well, thanks very much for drawing a truck with me today. See you around.